Okay, well, hi everyone. We're here today to make pretzels with you. When my kids were younger, when they were at school, they did some tours of Europe and they actually experienced Oktoberfest in Munich, and they're very enthusiastic about it now, even though they're back in Australia. One of the things that they raved about were the pretzels. Pretzels to me, when I was in the UK, were just those little hard biscuity things.
Yeah.
I'd never experienced real pretzels. You know, we're going to make them today, and also a cheese sort of spread dip to go with them. So Kate and I are going to do it between us. Kate's a real expert on pretzels.
Well, I married a man from German background, so I had to become an expert. I wouldn't say an expert, but I do love making them, and they're so yummy to eat.
So let's just start cooking. The pretzels are the recipe on Cookie Dough. Okay, so we're going to start by adding the milk. And the scales, of course, come up any time that you're required to use them in a recipe. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of instant dried yeast.
Can I tell you, if you're in a hurry, add 2.
Yes,
Fast track
things up. And then we're just going to warm that. So the next step is just 2 minutes at 37, 3, 1. So this is actually going to use the dough mode, and obviously you can use the dough mode for making bread, pizzas, gnocchi. It comes up with some cookie recipes and the buttermilk scones, I think. Okay, so now we're going to add the flour. 300 grams of, this is just plain baker's flour. 1 teaspoon of salt.
And we've already added the yeast.
Yeah, the yeast was in with the milk
Oh.
to warm up. And insert the measuring cup, and then here it brings up the dough mode. See the little dough. And then we'll just start it out. It's just a 2-minute knead. Yeah.
There's only 20 seconds left to go, and we're having a chat while it's doing our work for us.
That's one of the great things about a Thermomix. It saves you so much time. Yeah, even 2 minutes. You know, you can be
2
emptying
minutes
the
here,
dishwasher.
2 minutes
Yeah.
there, yeah. Chopping up
Just
the
having a
next
chat, talking to your kids.
help you with homework, making lunches, you know, all those jobs that we do,
There we go.
putting on lipstick. Oh, that's, yeah.
So that's
fantastic.
the dough. It's perfect. So we're just going to tip this out onto the
mat
mat
over there.
over here.
So just twisting your blades back and forth like that will release the dough from the bowl. And have a look in, and look, nothing left. Fantastic.
Yeah, I've just pinned you, so.
Excellent. And then you just work the dough. I usually put a little bit of oil down. I do it with most of the doughs I work with, actually. And I put it on my hands. I just find I get a much easier movement with the dough. So this is like quite a firm dough at the moment. And I can't even remember, do we let this dough sit?
Well, yes, we're going to fold that up into
Oh,
the
that's
thermo
right.
mat and let
Right.
it rise.
Okay, so I might fold it up into this one.
We have to
Because
repeat
this,
it.
love a Blue Peter. Now I had these wonderful ladies in my life. Carol is one of them, and she's English. And apparently,
And Australian.
oh yes, and
And
Australian. But apparently in England, Blue Peter means like one I prepared earlier. You
That's
know,
right.
just like us. So I'll give you that one.
Give me that one. I'm going to put that back in my oven.
So a Blue Peter is a dough that Carol has already made, and it's already in a mat.
That's my old mat. That one's 7 years old. It was the very first one I got with my
And
first
still
Thermomix.
going strong.
Still going strong.
That's what I love about Thermomix products. They are
So you
all,
can transfer that to there.
yes, I will. Quite amazing. Get all that dough. Didn't make it for no reason. So we've got this lovely, lovely dough, and then we can just cut it up. How many is this meant to make?
It's meant to make 5, about 100 grams each.
Okay,
If you're,
so very measured. That's 100.
yes. You know,
That's
I'm
110. You
I'm
know.
an ex or semi-retired research scientist, so I actually weighed mine.
And I just look at it and go, yeah, well, that one's a little bit shy, so I'll add that to that. That one seems good, that one seems good. Maybe that's got a little bit more than it should. Right, so then you just roll them out on that. So it depends on how fat and thin you want them. That's about perfect, really. Can you see that there? Okay.
And there's actually scale on the mat too. so
Oh, there
you
is.
can-
Oh, that's right. So if you're Carol, you could roll this out to exactly the same size each time, which would be maybe 50.
Yeah.
And that's not what I do. So, and then simply do that. So I don't know. So it's flat. It's a little bit fatter there to get that foldy thing. Do this, do this, do this. And if you want to make it look really pretty, but they don't in Germany, I can tell you can put them underneath. And then you can stretch that out like that.
And that just goes on there.
On there,
Or you can go on this way if you like, and then we can
perfect.
hold them when you're ready.
Now I'm going to show you one thing that I actually do. I make these a lot, and I make what I call a pretzel stick.
Oh, okay.
And then depends on how fat or thin I want them. And then I'll stand them up in a glass, you know, and we'll drink some beer and use it to
So like
dip
a
in.
breadstick.
Breadstick, yeah, but they're chewier and they're yummier.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I'll usually make a tray of them and then I'll freeze half. And then I put them in lunch boxes and things like that, you know, and I might throw a dip in there. I think you're making a dip later on, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
And then this is a little baby pretzel, if you just want to have some baby pretzels. And just separate there like that, so.
All right, there we go. So now we're going to make a dip. It's a cheese dip, but they also call it a cheese spread, or Baxter. It's a bit of a mouthful for me. It's got 2 T's around a Z, so a little bit difficult to get out.
That means you have to be German to say.
Yes, maybe. So this is also on Cookie Dough. So I'm just going to finish this recipe. We're going to start with some spring onions. You can use spring onions or echalot. And we're just going to chop. So that's just 3 seconds. It's 3, 5.
Yeah, it's
Spring onion. It's nicely chopped there. I think you've got to get the texture that you like, haven't you?
You
So
do.
just stick with the spatula. So we've got 200 grams of camembert. It's at room temperature, so it's very soft. I love camembert and brie, and I love them warm too. 150 grams of smooth ricotta. And then there's a little bit of seasoning. So this has got caraway seeds in. There's also a little bit of sweet paprika, some salt, and some pepper. So those are all just going in.
Yum.
This is a really quick and easy dip, as most dips are really with the Thermomix. It's just a case of mixing this now and stuff. No, I think dips are one of the amazing things that Thermomix does. Entertaining's so easy because it's just, well, that was 20 seconds once the ingredients were in. And I've just scraped it down, but it's a beautiful colour. It's slightly creamier colour now because of the sweet paprika, but you can still see those bits of spring onions in, a bit of texture. I'm just going to put this into the bowl. This would be a great activity to do with the kids, wouldn't it?
Oh, school holidays, what a great way to keep them all, you know, like cooking their own lunches where you get something done.
I'm just going to pop a few caraway seeds just on the top there.
This is out for this. I take
Yes,
it?
whatever you want to.
Excellent.
So there you go. There's the cheese spread cum dip.
Yum.
Okay.
So now we're going to do the boiling and
We're going to do the boilings.
now I said to Carol, I actually brought some pretzel salt. There we go. So pretzel salt is really big and it's meant to look like that. Yeah, we could use some of this, some of the other salt.
Yeah.
And Carol's got some wonderful black sesame seeds.
Yeah, and then
And
some hemp seeds.
Hemp seeds.
Yeah, I really like hemp seeds.
Is it just hemp seeds?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what will you do is, this is like bagels, you boil them before you bake them. And that is to get that chewy consistency. Becomes tricky when you've got the sticks. I've actually got a big bowl that I do it in. So I think we might be getting close to our time, are we?
Yes, you
So
can.
it's
you can just pop
literally-
it back on. It's 10 seconds.
It's-
or ish.
Yeah, that's right, on each side.
It's very quick.
See that bubbling? That water has got bicarbonate soda in it. And that's what gets that bubble up. And that's what gives the colour, you know, that really rich colour onto the bagel. It does give it a slight flavour, I've got to tell you. If the kids don't like it, just leave it out. Leave out the bicarb. It'll still work. You'll still have a chewy pretzel. You just simply won't have that colour, rich colour. It'll look more like the ones that you have to pay a fortune for at the pretzel shop. Okay, so they're all done. It's as quick as that.
You want to put some seeds
I
and
thought I
salt
put some
on it?
seeds
Yeah.
on. Yeah, but you know what? I can do that, and then if you like, you could show everybody the blue Peter.
The blue peated ones, absolutely.
And there's no reason why you couldn't put salt and seeds.
No, that's right. I
You
think
don't have to limit yourself.
you can put salt on all of them and then add other things.
There you go.
So these are the pretzels that I made just before we started.
Don't they look yummy?
They do look yummy, actually.
I brought beer to drink,
We're
so that's
going to have a beer and a pretzel after we finish
a
this.
beer and a pretzel.
Sounds really good.
Does sounds perfect.
So just before we hop off, we'd just like to say that we are Thermomix consultants here in Perth, Western Australia, and both of us would love to help you if you have any questions or if you're interested in seeing a little bit more of what the Thermomix can do. We would be very, very happy to help you. We're going to be doing some other things too. I think Halloween's coming up, so I'd certainly like to
Oh,
do a
yes.
few Halloween things.
That's
More
perfect.
focused on maybe the kids' enjoyment of Halloween. You can do bloody fingers and ghost biscuits and things like that.
Well, there might be a cocktail that we can.
That's true. We might be able to make a cocktail too. All right. So I think that's probably it.
That's
from
us done.
for
So
today.
I better hop over and say goodbye.
Okay. Ciao for now. Take care, everyone.
See you later.
Take
Thanks
care.
for watching.